Hi Nadine, welcome to our session today. I just want to go over a couple basics before we got started. Today's session is going to be 10 minutes and it's going to cost you $15 like we previously discussed whenever you made your appointment. Everything that you disclosed to me today is going to be between us, so you can feel free to tell me as much or as little as you'd like. So let's go ahead and get started. What did you want to come talk to me about today?
I'm just really stressed out with school right now since it's coming to the end of the semester and my grades are not where they should be. So I've just been really stressed out lately with that. At the beginning of the year, I started with taking 18 credit hours, and because I joined my major so late that I felt like I needed to get ahead by doing that. And it turns out that's not what I needed to do because my grades definitely suffered throughout the first semester because of just all the work that I had, including working a job and stuff like that to pay for my tuition and stuff. So I'm definitely stressed out a little, and I just feel like I'm very overwhelmed because I don't know if I'm going to be able to raise my grades in time for the semester and stuff like that. So I'm just really stressed out right now.
So it seems that school and feeling rushed from your major, joining late, has caused a lot of problems with your grades and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I have gone and talked to some of my professors and stuff, and it just seems like nothing can really help. And I mean, on top of doing bad originally, my immune system just isn't the greatest, so I've been also sick half the semester, which really has affected everything because the attendance policies and stuff like that. So I just don't really know what else I can do to raise my grades right now, and if I don't do good this semester, it's just going to affect me the rest of the semester, and I already had to drop one of my classes because I couldn't handle it, so I'm already behind again. Yeah. So it's just really freaking me out, I guess you could say.
So you feel really overwhelmed with all the stuff that all these hours that you were taking had to do with your semester. That can be hard on a student. I mean, a lot of students try to take on a lot of hours and try to graduate faster to get it over with, but it can be very overwhelming for somebody.
Yeah, I recently found out that I didn't meet one of my core requirements. I thought I had taken a class for it, but I guess I hadn't. So I also I'm not only trying to balance my major classes, which I mean a lot of people are oh, if you're in the major it's easier, but not necessarily, because I feel it's still just as hard for me. And then I had to balance that on top of so I couldn't just focus on one subject pretty much. I had to focus on some other random class that I had to take because I didn't meet my core requirement, as well as minor classes and stuff, and it's just really hectic, and I just feel it's just I'm juggling too much on my plate right now. And I guess it'd be okay if I didn't have work, but I have work too, so it's just I don't know, it just makes me want to cry all the time.
So it seems like you have a lot just built up on your shoulders right now, and it's just taking you down the semester.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, I try to balance work with it, but lately I've just not been able to go to work because I have stuff to do with my classes or group projects or something. So I'm missing out on work, which means I'm missing out on getting paid, and that's just really stressful for me because I mean, I need the money because obviously I have to pay for tuition and rent and food and stuff like that. So it's just really stressful.
Well, since you feel that your grades are a lot more important than working, have you talked to your boss about cutting your hours or what else you could probably do?
I have, and they're really nice about going ahead and letting me get some time off so I can focus on homework and projects and stuff like that. But I just can't afford to cut my hours, so I need to be able to have the same amount of hours I've been getting as well as balancing the classes. Yeah, I'm just really stressed out right now, and it doesn't really help that my friends are just kind of flying by with school. I have a lot of friends who don't go to the library, procrastinate, do things last minute, don't even know they have a test in their class, and they're still getting 80s, 90s, 100s, and here I am going to the library for almost 5 hours every day. I was there 9 hours on Sunday doing one paper, and I still I got a bad grade on it, but my friend who's also in the class did it maybe for 2 hours before it was due and still got a better grade on it, and I just don't understand why I'm struggling so hard because in high school I did so well in school, and I don't know if it's just my lack of motivation because I feel I'm very motivated to do good, but it's just, I don't know where I'm going wrong, and it just doesn't help that my friends are just flying by with it, and I don't want to be the Debbie Downer of the group, but they're always you never hang out with us anymore, why aren't you, like, hanging out? Why can't you come around anymore? And I'm just like, well, I, like, have, like, to worry about my school stuff because I'm like, you guys, like, I can't just fly by. Like, I need to be doing good, and I really need to raise, like, every single one of my grades needs to be raised. Like, it's not like where I just have to focus on, like, one or two of my classes. It's every single one this semester, and it's just very, very stressful for me. So I just can't, like, hang out with them as much as I'd like to, so
you feel overwhelmed because your friends are barely doing the bare minimum, and then you're going out of your way to try to get better grades, and then you're still just not getting to where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, what are they doing, like, to make them get such better grades than me? And on top of that, my mom is also just kind of really stressing me out with school, and I know, like, my family is, like, support me 100%. They're always behind me and stuff, and I know that they understand, like, school is stressful and stuff, but my mom is also just making me more stressed because she's always bringing up things like, well, what are you going to do when you graduate? What's your future plans? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can barely pass this class, so I don't understand when I'm even going to graduate, so I don't really know what to tell you. And I know she's trying to be supportive and stuff, and they're all just trying to be really supportive to me, but just asking about my future is just not the way to go about it right now. It's just too stressful for me.
Yeah, I can see why it's overwhelming because parents really don't understand what the typical college student has to do now. It takes a lot more now to get a job once you graduate, and you want to make sure that you're doing really well. So them adding that stress isn't really helpful, especially whenever you're already stressed about your grades.
Right. Yeah, it's really not. And then I just feel like my friends are just, like, in a better place with me, not only in school, but with, like, their money situation, because they're always like, oh, well, let's go out to eat here, and I don't want to be, like, left out, so I'm like, okay, yeah, like, let's go to dinner, let's go to the movies, let's do this and that, and I just really can't afford it, but I've just been pretending like I can, which is partially my, like, fault. Like, I guess, like, I could have said no in a couple more of the cases, but I didn't. And, like, on Friday, we're supposed to go to the main event, which is, like, a UK, like, event or whatever, and it's $20. And I can't afford going, but I feel like I'm going to end up going because I just don't want to be, like, left out, and I don't want to see, like, those, like, pictures of them there, like, there's Snapchats of them hanging out and just me being, like, left out because I can't afford it. So I'm probably just going to end up spending that money, although I shouldn't to do it because I don't want to feel left out. So
it seems you feel pressured to spend the money that you don't have because you don't want to be left out with your friends.
Right, which also, like, brings it back to, like, my job, like, the whole, like, working situation and how I don't have, like, a lot of hours or anything like that. But that's also because school, so it's just, like, everything is leading back into school. Like, if I didn't have so much classwork, I'd be able to work more, and if I could work more, then I wouldn't have this, like, financial stress, and it's just one thing after another, and I'm just not getting a break, and it's just really difficult.
So you seem to feel that you're getting the short end of the stick with things here lately.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then on top of that, like, for the whole, like, financial, like, issue, like, I already know what, like, I'm doing for spring break, and I'm going, like, places with my friends, and I just know it's going to cost, like, money, like, for flights and for hotels and just stuff like that. And I just don't have that money, but I'm also, like, trying to figure out ways that I can get that money because I don't want to be left out for the whole week and stuff like that. So, like, I, like, talk to my parents about it and my work and stuff like that to see if I can pick up extra hours, but it's just very difficult.
Well, it looks like that we have about 2 minutes left. If you want to go in a little bit more on what you were just saying, you can, if we can wrap things up on that note.
Okay, yeah, like, another thing with, like, spring break is, like, I just feel like all my friends are, like, very, like, fit and built, and, like, I'm just not, so I, like, really need to, like, start, like, going to the gym, like, eating healthier, but it takes, like, time and money to, like, do that. Like, you need to pay for, like, groceries and stuff like that, and those are, like, expensive. Like, healthy food is expensive, way more expensive than going through fast food, and the gym is just, like, I just don't have time. Like, I'm either here at work or the library. Like, I just feel like I can't just, like, have, like, a perfect schedule. Like, I can't fit anything into my schedule the way I want it to be. And I haven't had this problem with school up until this year.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, kind of really different. And I feel like it's just so late in the game. Like, I don't know how to, like, work around this problem.
Yeah.
So it's just really, like, freaking me out, I guess. And I don't know. Just, like, I feel like it's just so late in the semester to even, like, get a routine down, because by the time I get the routine down, my schedule's going to be changed. Like, next semester, I'm going to be gone for a month, and it just doesn't make sense to even attempt to go to the gym, because what's the sense when come December, I'm going to be home the whole month, I'm never going to go to the gym there, and I'm going to come back and have a new schedule, and it just doesn't make any sense. So it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really hard trying to make a routine, especially with you have different work hours and classes, especially with final exams coming. Things are just not set in stone right now, so it's really hard, especially trying to eat healthy because that's a little bit of expensive.
And it takes so long to like just cook the meals like and prep them and stuff like that. So why go ahead and take an hour to prep some chicken when I can just go to McDonald's and for $1 get a cheeseburger? That tastes probably a lot better than the chicken one. But yeah, so I just feel like everything is just very stressful for me right now, but it was good to like talk it out.
Well, I definitely think we should reschedule or make another appointment, and we can go in a little bit more on how you feel about spring break and healthy eating and trying to make a routine. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.